We often meet some people who can really turn our lives upside down and completely change it. This video is for two of those people. This is not a video essay, this is my letter of love for two of my favorite filmmakers, Richard Linklater and Christopher Nolan. Both of them were born on 30th July, and today is 30th July 2020. So happy birthday, Richard Linklater and Christopher Nolan. But the story is not about them. The story is about me, about us, and what we can learn from the lives of these people, not only as filmmakers but also as human beings.
ओए आंखों ही आंखों में कर बातें गुपचुप ओए खुस ओए ख्वाबों की नदी में खाए गोते गुड़ ओए बुड़ ओए
I love to watch films because I believe films have the capabilities of transporting you into someone else's life, into the minds of a filmmaker. Films can teach us where we are as humans and how far we can reach. Films make us laugh, cry, smile, sympathize, empathize, think, introspect, learn about life, about ourselves. Films make us aware as an individual and as in society. But this was not the case. In fact, until 11th standard, whenever someone used to ask me about my favorite films, I used to give them the same answer, that I don't like movies. Maybe I never knew until that time that movies will become such a crucial part of my life. In 12th standard, I started watching some of the Hindi Bollywood films. They say your mind expands when you discover a new piece of art because that art has the capabilities of changing your life. Those Zoya Akhtar films gave me the answer that I was trying to find in life. Those Imtiaz Ali films taught me that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to break the queue. But it's not okay to blindly follow the same old path which everyone else follows. After all, it's your story. Write as you wish. Learn from those Ayan Mukherjee films that it's okay to fly, run, sprint. But it's also okay to stop, breathe. It's important to stay alive. But in 12th standard, you don't have the option to stay alive. But somehow, after managing to pass my exams, one day while scrolling the phone screen, this popped up. Okay, who made this film? Christopher Nolan? Oh, he made Dark Knight, right? Although never seen it. Oh, he made Inception. I know my brother used to talk about this film. Let's see what the fuss is all about. Let's see the film. Have I already told you that your mind expands when you discover a new piece of art? I was questioning myself about what I just saw. How can someone think like this? Is he human? Who can think of a story like this? But the answer was right in front of me, and that's how I met my first guru. And then I just watched each and every movie named by my master. Each film was great, but the one at the end of the chain was Boyhood. Without reading any reviews, without watching any trailer, without talking about the film with anyone else, I just jumped into the film. Little did I know that it was jumping into a whole new world. After the film ended, I just asked myself one question. What I just saw, was it real? Have I seen someone grow throughout 12 years? Have I lived someone else's life for about 12 years? And again, the answer was right in front of me, Richard Linklater. And that's how I met my second guru.
So let me go. I don't wanna be your hero. I don't wanna be a big man. I just wanna fight with everyone else. You're a masquerade. I don't wanna be a part of your parade. Everyone deserves a chance to
There are only few filmmakers who can play with the notion of time, like Christopher Nolan, Richard Linklater, Denis Villeneuve, and each one perceives time in their own way. Now you must be thinking that what's so special about them? Why are you so mad about them? But let me tell you. Nolan sir's and Linklater sir's style is quite different from each other, but still there are many similarities. Let's talk about Linklater sir. Linklater sir's films are about ourselves. They show our story. And the way human emotions are captured on camera by them, I don't think anyone else can capture those moments. The one who can find aesthetics in the mundane life and mundane routine is Richard Linklater. Linklater sir is very self-motivated because the kind of films he make requires a lot of patience and self-motivation. Otherwise you cannot even think about those stories. Linklater sir made a film called Before Sunrise in 1995. Even though the film was great and it got a lot of awards, but still it failed at the collections. But still after 9 years, he made a film called Before Sunset, showing a time gap of 9 years in the story. Before Sunset did well, and then again after 9 years, Linklater sir made a film called Before Midnight, showing further 9 years gap in the film as well as in the story. Today we all know how Before series changed everyone else's life and how it changed his life as well. To make Boyhood, Richard Linklater captured the life of a boy and a couple of other actors for around 12 years. Wait, but I just said? For around 12 years. Now, no human can do something like this. Linklater sir himself was born with a hustler mentality. He was not like the others who knew since the age of 4 or 5 that what they want to do in life. He himself got to know about his interests when he was 17 or 18 years old. And then he spent next 10 years of his life educating himself about cinema. Although he never went to a film school, but still educated himself about cinema by reading books, watching films and making short films. This tells a lot about his patience. Just imagine, for the first 18 years of your life you never knew what you wanted to do. After 18 years you get to know that you want to do this in your life, and you take next 10 years to educate yourself just to learn about the craft. And just imagine how much anger would be there inside you that I will do miracles and I will do this and that, and then comes this man who says I'm gonna do this project and I'm gonna take next 12 years of my life and I will give it to this project. I'm not saying that Richard Linklater never did another film for about 12 years or 21 years gap. He made films, but what's important is that he stick to his vision. This can only be done by a person who loves his craft more than anything else in the world. Now we'll come to Nolan sir. And what can I say about this man? Is he human? I don't even know that. I just want to see and observe how he thinks. His film mostly deals with big and complex scientific ideas. He likes to work with time, and he uses time by turning it, twisting it and even reversing it. But even if his films deal with complex scientific concepts, but wait. If this is our brain, then left side deals with calculations and analytics, and right side is based on creativity and emotions and arts. And then Christopher Nolan's films operate on both sides of the brain. Nolan sir's films are like Russian dolls. As it goes, layers into layers into layers. Before knowing anything about Nolan sir, you need to know just one thing, that he loves perfection. Even if he has to make a World War II plane fly or smash a Boeing plane into the building, if he has to make someone fly or twist a building, Nolan sir needs everything perfect. and maybe that's why his films are made at a high scale. Maybe that's the reason why he's called revolutionary director. Nolan sir loves to break rules, and the clear example can be seen in Memento, where the whole narrative runs in reverse, and in Inception, where we can go from a dream within a dream and further. In retrospect, Nolan sir and Linklater sir both have quite a different method of working. While Linklater sir works on small budget films, Nolan sir works on big budget films. Nolan sir works on complex scientific concepts, while Linklater sir works on mundane life, but with love as an embroidery. Linklater sir knew from the age of 17 or 18 that he wanted to make films, while Nolan sir at the age of 5 knew what he wanted to do in his life. But there are many similarities between them. Like there is not a word like impossible in their dictionaries. After watching both Nolan and Linklater sir's films, you can just ask one question to yourself: how is this possible? But these are the people who turns impossible to possible. Both of them never went to film school. They taught themselves filmmaking by reading, writing and making stuff. And they both have a clear vision of their films, because the kind of films they make requires a clear vision. Because that's the only way you can slow time or show the last day of high school before summer break. That's how you can reverse time, and that's how you can show the conversations between two strangers in a different and a new country. That's how you can fast forward time, and that's how you can capture a life for 12 years. But why I'm telling you all of this today? Because someone told me you can learn anything from anyone in this life, but all you need to have is a different perspective to look at regular things. Maybe most of you are not even filmmakers, but what's important is that we are humans, and humans need to look out for new things. Maybe some new things we learn can be used in our own lives. Maybe these things like analyzing others' lives, looking for someone's good qualities or someone's mistakes, maybe that's the only way we can keep ourselves alive. And have I told you that your mind expands when you discover a new piece of art? So keep discovering, and happy birthday Richard Linklater and Christopher Nolan.
करूं बंद बंद बह जाए बूंद बूंद तड़ पाए क्यों सुनाए गीत मलार दे मलंग तेरा एक तारा वे 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 मलंग
I remember feeling like everything outside my life that wasn't cinema was kind of this void, relationships, family connections, everything. It was probably that necessary period where you have to sort of separate yourself from everything you knew before, or as you sort of define yourself as an adult. I have a lot of sympathy for people in their 20s who are sort of wanting to do something different, or discover what they're most passionate about, or live a life of purpose, or that they feel like what they're doing with their time is valuable to themselves or their community. If you just go straight to business school and get a job and get married, there's always, that's the typical track, but there's always going to be people who, are looking for something else, or, they're having a lengthy existential crisis about what anything means. And I don't know, I've always had a soft spot for that, because that was really me. I mean, although I have to say, cinema was the thing that saved me, or that I was always into from age 20 on. I had that kind of focus. What engaged me was film, which is a great thing to fill up your entire life because it encompasses everything.